What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel and Neil's channel. And today we are in collaboration with, drumroll please,
ft.Neil'smultiverseofawesomeness, and today we have with us Crazy Man 123 who made this wonderful thumbnail. Thank you very much. Let's start.
Let's dive into the facts.
So, if you see this scene right here, and you can see that small Thor, aka Child Thor, and that boy, the actor of the boy is actually like young Thor in this scene is actually played by Chris Hemsworth's son, and that is why he looked kind of similar to Chris Hemsworth. And if you pause in this scene, you can also see that Thor's classic costume is shown here, which is a comic accurate costume of Thor, which is designed by Jack Kirby for the comic for the 60s. This can also show that Marvel Studios is kind of going comic accurate now, because at the end of No Way Home, spoiler alert, at the end of No Way Home, we also saw that Spider-Man was all alone, and when he was swinging and saving New York City from crime as always, he was in a comic accurate costume. And even in the Loki series, we saw Loki in a comic accurate costume, and we also saw Wanda in a comic accurate costume, and even Vision in WandaVision and in Multiverse of Madness, we'll also see her in a comic accurate costume. So Marvel is heading a lot comic accurate. This also portrays that.
Do not read the Marvel comics unless, of course, you want to spoil all the movies for yourself.
Okay, now here we can see that as Thor is running through the woods, Thor is growing up, which is depicting his childhood, and that's all in this Easter egg.
Now, Thor is actually aging, and this proves that Thor is actually not immortal. He is aging much slower than a human. But however, as we see, and if we focus, let's watch the clip again.
Fast, slower,
Thor is actually getting
slowest.
slow. Thor is actually getting slower, which proves that Thor is actually not immortal and he's aging like a normal human, just much slower.
His hands were once used for battle.
By a few thousand years.
Here we can also see like 2 Easter eggs in one scene. Wow, Marvel, 2 Easter eggs in one scene. So we can also see that first Easter egg here is that Thor has finally renounced war due to the events in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Yeah, I should probably not get started on that again. And here we can also see in this scene that Thor is planting his Stormbreaker back into the ground, which is a direct reference to Infinity War. And Infinity War, in Nidavellir, when Thor goes to Atri to design his new weapon, he has to channelize the entire energy of a star through him, and he is almost dead at that point. And Atri is also very frustrated because he cannot find Thor's handle of the Stormbreaker, and he is very frustrated on this. And when Groot, looking at all of this, drops the game he is playing, and then he goes and cuts off his arm and makes a handle for Stormbreaker. And since Groot is a tree, this is portraying the origin of Stormbreaker by planting it back into the soil.
Yes.
Now they're but humble tools for peace.
Okay, now here we can see that we
can see galaxy are nowhere nearby, which shows that Thor has probably
suns on this.
We can see that the Guardians of the Galaxy are nowhere nearby, which shows that Thor has probably learned to fly himself. We can also see 3 suns on the planet, so the other 2 might be stars, but I'm very sure this is not Earth. However, we can even see a spirit tree right there, under which Thor is meditating, and the native aboriginals used to meditate underneath. And we can see all of the wind giants. In Eternal, Cersei sat under the same spirit tree to communicate with Arishem.
I need to figure out.
Now we can also see that Thor is wearing a bun, which shows that, just like the Indian saints, which shows that maybe this movie is taking a little inspiration from India.
Exactly who I am.
Now in this scene, you can see that over Thor's, is that his right eye or his left eye?
It's his
Yeah,
right
over
eye.
Thor's right eye, you can see that there's a big scar over his right eye, which is a scar from Thor versus Hela battle in Ragnarok, and that is when Hela's basically cut Thor's eye off, and yeah, scary but true.
Okay, now here we can see that yeah, can you just pause? Yeah. Now here we can see that as Thor opens his eyes, we can see blue, which depicting that he has found some peace and depict any sudden so.
Think
Yeah,
he is having a few internet issues. So if we can see that Thor's eyes are actually blue, which shows that he's finally at peace, and he also has a cybernetic eye. So he's basically replaced his his to fill the empty socket. We can see that the Marvel Studios logo is actually silver. This silver logo is because it's hinting the appearance of God the God Butcher. Since God the God Butcher's skin is all silver, we can see four stage lights reflecting of the Marvel Studios logo, which shows that which shows the team that Thor is recruiting. That is Thor himself, Valkyrie, Korg, and Jane Foster.
And here, pause for a minute. And this can also like all of you Batman fans out there, you all must see this video because God the God Butcher is being played by Christian Bale, who's a very famous and iconic Batman actor. And he used to play Batman. He has played in Dark Knight, which is like a very good Batman film. And he's a new DC to Marvel actor also in the Marvel cast.
Also,
yes.
actually, we can
And
see that
the song,
the song Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses is playing, which shows that Thor is actually now longing for his childhood, and he no longer wants to fight in various battles. Here we can see that Fat Thor is actually getting fit, and
yes,
on his cap,
it
the word
makes
Avengers is
India
written in the original Marvel Studios logo, which and he has scrolled strongest up there in magic marker to motivate himself, and it also shows how Thor longs for his friends, because if you remember the ship scene from Thor Ragnarok, Tony Stark actually believes that Hulk is the strongest Avenger. Now here we can see a skeleton. Comment down below to
Yeah,
so that
comment down below if you know which skeleton of which creature is this, because we honestly don't know. So comment down below.
I want to choose my.
okay. Here we can see that Thor is having a new set of clothes. And hello, I'm back. My internet had gone. With a baggy coat and a pair of trousers, showing that Thor has got a new sense of style.
And Thor is probably on Sakaar because we can see all the blue people, and he's probably finishing the rebellion against the Grand Master.
My own path.
Yeah.
Live in the moment.
Now, here in this scene, we see that the Guardians are leaving, which also portrays that the Guardians won't be staying in this movie for long, and this movie will be all about Thor finding who he actually is, as it said in the trailer before.
Yeah.
Superheroing days are over.
Now we can
Okay.
see
Now that here Asgard is getting mystical again. and is getting much more rich again as the buildings are gold plated, which is meaning that Asgard is getting its richness again. And yeah.
We can even see the goat's tooth grinder and tooth gnasher, which shows that Marvel is actually now even going accurate to the mythology, since these two are very famous, you can say, goats from Norse mythology.
Okay, now here we can see that this is Olympus, or it could be Olympus, but I'm guessing it is Olympus. So yeah, that's another Easter egg.
And here in Olympus, can you pause here? So here in Olympus, basically why Thor is shown in Olympus here is because Gore the God Butcher, who is the main antagonist of this film, is basically already killed one of the gods here, and maybe that is why Thor has gone to Olympus to inform Zeus and all the other gods to stay safe from Gore the God Butcher.
Also now, since Thor doesn't have anyone to connect with, he is now looking for love on the seas, and we can see this random pirate woman kissing Thor.
Okay, wait. Can you rewind a bit? Yes. Now here we can see just a possible recreation of the Biofrost.
That'll be
And
kind of
also,
cool to see. That'll be
and
kind of cool to see a new.
Thor is in a retro suit made out of wool and everything, showing showing his uh, showing his roots from Norse mythology. This is showing Zeus. All the thunderbolts are zooming to him, and he catches one. Zeus is the ruler of Olympus, so we were right about the Olympus theory, most probably.
Okay,
Now
can you pause here?
here,
Yeah, you can go ahead and see it.
now here we can also see that Thor is kind of stressed because I don't know who this god is exactly. I forgot
Asgard.
who the god is, but I guess he's the god of the tournament of importance or something. And this god was slain by God the God Butcher, and that is why Thor is shown in Olympus and all the other places, because he is informing that one god has already been killed and doesn't want